Hi everyone, I hope everyone is having a good day. This is my first YouTube video, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going to talk to you guys about my asthma story. I wanted this to be my first video because you guys get to know me. I've been through so much with asthma, and it's a part of me. And when you have something that's been attached to you since you've been born, that is a part of you. And I've been through so much with it. So I had my first asthma attack when I was 1 month, and my mom told me that was the most scariest thing she's been through. And I'm going to tell you through this video, you're going to hear me talk about the ups and downs, elementary school, junior high, high school, and even college. And now, I remember in elementary school talking to my mom about doing sports because she wanted to talk to the doctor about it because I wanted to play sports. I wanted to play volleyball, and I got a chance to play volleyball when I was in junior high. And I had so much fun. I really did. I had so much fun doing it, and I'm so happy that I did it looking back on it. Now, after that, I did sports for a year and volleyball for a year, and then I didn't start doing sports again until high school. And what having asthma to me is, as a child, I thought it was a burden. I thought I was putting something on my mom. I really thought that. And I've had discussions with her now, and she said, no, you were not a burden. You were not a burden. And how you feel is how you feel. And you've talked to a therapist about it and stuff. And I feel a lot better because I don't think I was a burden. I don't think I was. And I just felt that way, whatever you feel is how you feel. And people got to respect that, how you feel. And when growing up, it was like, okay, I can't run, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then when I got in high school, and I was trying, you know how it is when you get in high school, you're trying to find you. Basically, you're trying to find who you are, and that's what I was doing. I was trying to find who I was. So the first first 2 years of high school, freshman and sophomore year, it was a lot because I was also getting bullied too about being plus size and stuff like that. That's a whole nother video. It really is. And I, looking back on it, I was thinking to myself, like, if I didn't go through these things, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. And I've had these conversations with several people. You go through stuff when you younger and stuff. You go through stuff even when you're older. You go through stuff to create the person that you are right now. And I am this person. I'm a person. For the longest, I thought asthma, it's a burden to other people. I'm just making a big mess of things. Growing up, I was in and out of hospitals, emergency rooms, and stuff like that. I had support. Thank goodness I had support. I had my mom, my grandma, my dad. I had a whole bunch of people that were there for me. Now, asthma does run in my family. My mom had it when she was a child. My brother only gets a touch of it when he's really sick. We got admitted to the hospital together. This was when he was a baby, and we got admitted to the hospital together. And my grandmother, she's not with us anymore, but she was my support. She was like my big support. She was there for me when I had asthma. She was there for me when she was alive. She was there for me. And every time I went to the emergency and every time I got admitted, she was right there. She was like, what do you want to do? We used to play like games and stuff like that. She was the person that I went to, she understood me and I understood her. And I remember, now one thing I'm going to tell you guys, I am deathly, when I was younger, I was deathly scared of needles. Very deathly scared of needles. And there was a time, I remember this, because I remember I was in the bed and they said, "Oh, we're going to hook you up to an IV." I was like, "Okay, I've been through this many times before and I already know what was going to happen. They won't put a needle in me, and usually when they do that, they hold me down." And I remember two nurses holding me down on my legs, and then one was on one side and the other one was on the side, and it was very hard to get to my veins. It really was. It was very hard. And that build up my pain tolerance, because now when they pull, I don't feel a thing. I just don't. I don't feel nothing anymore. And yeah, I remember my grandma telling my mom, because my mom told the doctor stop, told the nurses stop, because I was crying. I was all over the place. My grandma went to my mom and said, "Let them do their job. They're going to find something. Let them do the job." And then they continued doing it. Now that I'm older and I'm in my early 30s, it's still hard for them to find a vein, but I'm not scared anymore. I have a very high tolerance for pain now. And I remember that. Now, like I told you in the beginning of this, I almost died when I was 17. I was in high school. It was my senior year. I was 17 years old, about to turn 18. And I was in the house, in my apartment, sitting in the living room. No one was home. I was watching a TV show, and this is how vividly I know my memory from when this happened. Living Single, which is one of my favorite TV shows, and I was watching it, and then all of a sudden my airways started closing up on me, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" I was like, "Oh, an asthma attack." So I was like, "Oh, but it closed up so fast. It really did. And I was gasping for air. I couldn't barely talk. And my mom wasn't home, so I called her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm calling the ambulance." They got there, then she got there, and I was scared. I was crying. Tears were going down my eyes, and they were rolling me past my mom, and I was trying to reach for her and stuff like that. And I was just crying. It's going to make me cry right now. But the EMT told my mom, like, stay close, because they were scared that I was probably going to die. They were scared I was. Now, I had to black out between them putting me in the ambulance car and all the way to the hospital, because I don't remember a good 10 minutes. I don't remember a good 10 minutes, because when I woke up from the hospital, my mom wasn't even there. She got lost. So, and the nurse said, "Well, we put you on treatments and stuff. You're opening up. You're fine. You're going to be good," and stuff like that. I could breathe. I could talk. And then I remember my mom walking in the door, and she told me, "Well, I got lost." And she's like, "You could breathe." I was like, "Yeah, I could breathe." And looking back on the almost dying, it's scary. It really is. It was a scary moment in my life. It was scary. And it was also scary for her, I look back on it, and that shaped me what kind of person I am today. Since COVID started, I'm also going to tell you guys this. Since COVID happened, we've been on almost 3 years now. And it is, I found myself again. I decided to, try to find who I am again and stuff. And I always thought that my opinion did not matter. Growing up, having these thoughts because of asthma is keeping me in the hospital. I don't have an opinion. That's what I thought. I don't have an opinion. Thinking through COVID and stuff, I have an opinion, and I want people to hear my voice. I've been through so much. I go through my ups and downs with it. Now in high school, it was controlled a little bit. Elementary and junior high, it was bad. It really was. Being in and out of the hospital a lot and stuff like that. Now it's being controlled. I still have my ups and downs. It's through the seasons. If you talk to anybody that have asthma, for me, it's spring. The pollen, everything. Even being allergies triggers your asthma too. Being sick, you could be sick with just a cold and it will trigger it. I'm telling you, it will trigger it. And I remember when my grandma was alive, her favorite thing to do was picking pecans and walnuts and stuff. We used to, in our apartment complex, there was like 2, 3 big trees. And this is when we found out I was allergic to pecan trees. I got admitted to the hospital right after. And I couldn't do that with her anymore. So she's like, oh, you can still pick them. Now, I'm not allergic to pecans or walnuts. I'm allergic to the tree itself, being under it. I'm allergic to certain types of molds and grass and stuff like that. Pollen, when you see it like flying around and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I can't do that with my grandma. But I was cracking, that's like one of her favorite things. Another thing was sports. When I got into high school, I wanted to do sports again. My last 2 years, which was my junior and my senior year, sports, I wanted to do shot put and discus. Did that for 2 years, loved it. And that was a big part of my life for a while. And I loved it. You know, I had fun. I was with people that I cared about and stuff like that. And I was dealing with a lot in my junior year and my senior year because, you know, this is a whole nother video, but I was getting picked on too because of my size. And also the first 2 years were just, I was trying to find who I was. I couldn't find who I was. I didn't really find myself until after college. Okay, that's being 100% true. I found myself after college. I was like, I'm going to find my voice. I'm going to do these things for myself. I need to do self-care, and that's exactly what I did. And I still do that today. I do self-care. I make sure that I'm okay health-wise, and make sure that I'm exercising and eating well and eating right and stuff. And this is a whole nother video, but since I've done self-care, I've lost weight. So, you know, I'm doing these things to help myself, but asthma is a part of me. It's not a burden. It's a part of who I am, and it's always going to be a part of me. You know, asthma is also, I want to say this, if anybody deals with asthma, tell me in the comments. I want to hear your story because I love hearing people's stories, especially with anything, but asthma too, because that's what I deal with. I'm getting used to like being on camera one-on-one, but I can get used to this because I do videos on my TikTok and I talk about movies and TV shows and superheroes on this. If you guys could tell, I'm a big fan of Marvel and comic books and stuff. And this is what this channel is going to be. It's going to be me talking about personal stuff, TV, movies, all types of stuff, vlogging, all types of stuff. And tell me in the comments if you deal with asthma, or if you have someone or a friend that deals with asthma, what do you think? What is your your views on asthma? You know, because you know, growing up, I've been on medications, nebulizers, all types of stuff. I also want to tell you this before the last thing I'm going to say for this video. When I was in elementary school, we lived in an apartment complex, and our family friend lived behind the apartment complex, and she had a house, and she had a nebulizer, we had a nebulizer, and my grandma had a nebulizer, because that's how bad my asthma was at that point when I was in elementary school. And everybody had medicine and stuff like that, just to make sure I was okay. So when you hear people say it take a village to take care of someone, it take a village. I had support. You need support when you're going through whatever you're going through, you know? But I hope everyone is having a good day, and bye.